Hello students and welcome to the last unit of chapter 11, class 11, chemistry, that is environmental chemistry. Environmental chemistry, it is a branch of science which deals with the chemical changes in the environment. It includes our surroundings as air, water, soil, forest, etc. Environmental pollution, it is the effect of undesirable changes in our surroundings that have harmful effects on plants, animals and human beings. Pollutants, a substance which causes pollution is known as pollutant. Pollutants can be solid, liquid or gaseous substances. Present in higher concentration, it can be produced due to human activities or natural happenings. Oxides of sulfur, these are produced when coal containing sulfur is burnt. S plus O2 gives you SO2, SO2 plus half O2 gives you SO3, SO3 plus H2O will give you sulfuric acid. It is also produced during volcanic eruptions. Oxides of nitrogen, main oxides of nitrogen are nitric oxide and nitrogen dioxide, NO and NO2. Hydrocarbons, incomplete combustion of fossil fuel in industry and thermal power plants and the exhaust of automobiles release hydrocarbons into the atmosphere, constantly causing pollution. Oxides of carbon, carbon dioxide, it has 0.03% carbon dioxide present in air by volume, that is the concentration. Major sources, number 1, burning of fossil fuels, number 2, decomposition of limestone during the manufacture of cement, number 3, emitted during volcanic eruption, number 4, carbon dioxide is released into the atmosphere by respiration. Global warming and greenhouse effect, one of the most important topics. Let us see that. Greenhouse effect, some gases like carbon dioxide, methane, ozone, water vapors, CFCs have the capacity to trap some of the heat radiations that are released from the earth or from sun. These gases are known as greenhouse gases and the effect is called greenhouse effect. This also leads to global warming. Consequences of global warming, it leads to melting of polar ice caps and flooding of low-lying areas all over the earth. Global rise in temperature increases the incidence of infectious diseases like dengue, malaria, yellow fever, sleeping sickness, etc. Acid rain, all of you know about acid rain. When the pH of rainwater drops below 5.6, it is called acid rain. Normal rain is slightly acidic due to the dissolution of atmospheric carbon dioxide in water. So with this we finish the initial part, that is environmental chemistry and pollution. In the next part we shall discuss about the atmospheric pollution. Now let us see students what is the concept of atmospheric pollution. Particulate pollutants, viable particulates, they are minute living organisms that are dispersed in the atmosphere. Example, you have bacteria, fungi, molds, algae, etc. Non-viable particulates, smoke, it is a mixture of solid and liquid particles formed during combustion of organic matter. Example, cigarette smoke, smoke from the burning of fossil fuels, etc. Number 2, dust, composed of fine solid particles over 2 grams in diameter. It is produced during crushing, grinding and attribution of solid particles. Number 3, mist, these are produced due to the spray of liquids like herbicides and pesticides over the plants. They travel through air and form mist. Fumes, they are generally released to the atmosphere by the metallurgical operations and also by several chemical reactions. Smog, so this is the common form of air pollution, which is a combination of smoke and fog. Smoke exists in 2 types. Classical smog occurs in cool humid climate. It contains smog, fog and sulfur dioxide. It is also called reducing smog. Photochemical smog, this type of smog results from the action of sunlight on unsaturated hydrocarbons and nitrogen oxides released by the vehicles and industries. It has high concentration of oxidizing agents and is therefore called oxidizing smog. Now, formation of ozone. Ozone in the stratosphere is produced by the UV radiations. When UV radiations act on oxygen molecule, ozone is produced. Ozone is thermodynamically more stable and decomposes to molecular oxygen. Thus, free exists an equilibrium between production and decomposition of ozone molecule. Depletion of ozone layer, number 1. Ozone blanket in the upper atmosphere prevents the harmful UV radiations from reaching Earth. But in recent years, there have been reports of depletion of this layer due to the presence of certain chemicals in the atmosphere. Chlorofluorocarbons, nitrogen oxides, chloride, CCl4, etc. are the chemicals responsible for the depletion of ozone layer. Chlorofluorocarbons dissociate in the presence of light, gives chlorine-free radicals which catalyze the conversion of ozone into oxygen. So with this, we come to the end of this particular session, that is atmospheric pollution. In the next topic, the next part, we shall discuss the most important topic, that is water pollution. Now students, let us see what is water pollution. Presence of undesirable materials in water which is harmful for the human beings and plants is known as water pollution. Normal properties of the water can be changed by the presence of these foreign materials. Let us see the maximum prescribed concentration of some metals. Iron, it is 1.2 ppm. Manganese, it is 0.05 ppm in water. Aluminum should not more than 0.2 ppm. Copper should not be more than 3 ppm. Zinc should not be more than 5 ppm. Cadmium should not be more than 0.605 ppm. Major water pollutants you can see: microorganisms, organic wastes, plant nutrients, toxic heavy metals, sediments, pesticides, radioactive substances and heat. Microorganisms, you have domestic sewage, then you have domestic sewage, animal excreta, waste, decaying elements, you have chemical fertilizers, you have industries and chemical pollutants, you have erosion of soil, you have chemicals used for killing insects, you have mining of uranium containing minerals, and you have water used in cooling industries. BOD. What is the concept of BOD? That is biological oxygen demand. It is defined as the amount of oxygen required by the bacteria for the breakdown of the organic matter present in a certain volume of sample of water. The amount of BOD in water is a measure of the amount of organic material in the water. Clean water should have a BOD of less than 5 ppm. So these are the major causes of water pollution. Due to water pollution, we have many sources of effects. We have river pollution, we have pollution at home, and with water pollution, we have various kinds of diseases such as cholera, typhoid, etc. In the next part, we shall discuss what is the concept of soil pollution. Let us see, students, now what is soil pollution and what are the sources of soil pollution. Pesticides. It can be classified as insecticide. The most common insecticides are chlorinated hydrocarbons such as DDT, BHC, etc. As they are not much soluble in water, they stay in the soil for a longer period of time. They are absorbed by the soil and contaminate root crops like radish, carrot, etc. Herbicides. These are the compounds used to control weeds, namely sodium chlorate, NaClO3, and sodium arsenite, Na3ASO3, are commonly used herbicides but arsenic compounds, being toxic and no longer preferred. Fungicides. Organomercury compounds are the most common fungicides. Its dissociation in soil produces mercury, which is highly toxic and harmful for the crops. So these were some major causes of soil pollution. In the next part, we shall discuss about what are the important and harmful chemical pollutants. Chemical pollutants. Industrial wastes. Students, industrial wastes are one of the most common phenomena in the present world. Now, what are industrial wastes? Chemical reactions carried in the industrial unit pollute water to a greater extent. For example, lead, mercury, nickel, cobalt, etc. These chemicals give very bad effect to the groundwater, and water bodies are polluted due to chemical reactions known as leaching. Organic chemicals like petroleum products also pollute many sources of water. Example, different kind of oil spills in oceans. Now, PCBs, that is polychlorinated biphenyls. What are these? These are the chemical compounds used as fluids in transformers and capacitors. These are released in the atmosphere as vapors. They mix in rainwater and thus contaminate the water. Eutrophication. Now students, eutrophication, one of the most important phenomena happening in water. The process in which algae-like organisms reduce the dissolved oxygen in water is called eutrophication, which means it is very harmful for the aquatic life as the amount of oxygen decreases in the water. Now, the IUPAC has given some international standards for drinking water. Let us have a look. Number 1, fluoride. Concentration of fluoride in water should be up to 1 ppm or 1 milligram per decimeter cube, which is not harmful for human beings if it is used as in drinking water. Number 2, lead. Upper limit concentration of lead in drinking water is about 50 ppm. So lead can damage our kidney, liver, and reproductive system if it is consumed more than 50 ppm. Sulfate. At moderate level it is harmless, but in excess it is very harmful. Nitrate. The maximum limit of nitrate should again be 50 ppm. Excess of nitrate in drinking water can cause diseases such as methemoglobinemia. Now this means blue baby syndrome in short. Then we have after BOD, COD, that is chemical oxygen demand. Now water is treated with potassium dichromate K2Cr2O7 in acidic medium to oxidize polluting substances which cannot be oxidized by microbial oxidation. So with this we done with the chemical pollutants which are released from industrial factories. However, these pollutants can not only harm the general health but can also harm the aquatic life. In the next part, we shall discuss the different strategies as to how we can control environmental pollution. Now students, let us see the strategies to control environmental pollution. Number 1, the improper disposal of waste is one of the major causes of environmental degradation. The management of waste is very important so that we can segregate industrial and chemical wastes. All domestic waste should be properly collected and disposed, and as a result we should be very initiative while dispersing this chemical waste, because without dispersing this waste the environmental cannot be controlled. Now after controlling environment, which is important for us to know, and that is green chemistry. What is the concept of green chemistry? We shall do in the next session. Now students, let us see what is the concept of green chemistry. Green chemistry is a way of thinking and is about to utilizing the knowledge and principles of chemistry that would control the increasing environmental pollution. Now let us see the green chemistry in day-to-day life. Dry cleaning of clothes. I guess many of you frequently visit a laundry to dry clean. What is the concept of dry cleaning? Replacement of halogenated solvent like CCl4 by liquid carbon dioxide is very less harmful to groundwater. Hydrogen peroxide, that is H2O2, is used for the purpose of bleaching clothes. Bleaching of paper is another important phenomenon under green chemistry, which says in place of chlorine, peroxide is used for the bleaching of paper. So until and unless we control our environment, environmental pollution is going off and off day by day. So it's our duty to protect our environment, and environmental chemistry gives us an idea how to protect our duties. So students, take a pledge to have 3 R's: reduce, reuse and recycle. Very important for conserving our environment. Though we conserve our environment, we should be very careful enough not to disturb the ecosystem and the aquatic life. So with this, we have come to the end of class 11, chapter 14, as long as with the NCERT syllabus of class 11. Hope we had a great time together, but please pay on the concepts very importantly, go through the videos and study this session very importantly, because class 11 is very important for your upcoming years, and class 11 is a stepping stone to the success of your future. In any competitive exam, 65% weightage is given from class 11. So that's all students. Thank you very much with the hope of meeting you. Thank you.